Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I bid to our lecturer, Madam Wan Aryati, and also to our audiences who are watching this video. Okay, so basically, our team has chosen a invoicing and sales information system, which then we use that system, we implement it in our company. Okay, so for the invoicing and sales information system of Bekal Trading, the purpose of creating the system is that from the system we can reduce the clerical errors and increase efficiency of storing information. Okay, so from clerical errors, it can be understood that human commonly make mistakes, and that cannot be prevented. So through using this system, we can reduce that error, and storing information will become more efficient, since we don't use any paper to store any information of our transactions. Moreover, it can prevent the invoice and sales information to disappear and missing without being noticed. So from the Excel itself, when we use it, it will automatically save our latest progress and our latest updates. Okay, so basically, I will present introduction, the card, sales form, and also invoice form. Meanwhile, Rafiq will present the main menu, customer sheet, raw data, and also if analysis. And for Iskandar, he will present regarding product description, and monthly performance, and also team performance. And for Amir, he will present business detail, team members, and product performance. We want to say thank you for everyone and those who involved in making this project successful, especially our lecturer, Madam Wan Aryati.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Amirul Rafiq bin Ramli. So for this presentation, we would like to present about our team members, about our product offered, raw data, invoice, team, product and monthly performance, and lastly, about us. I will be explaining about main menu, customer sheet, raw data, and if analysis. So basically, this is our main menu, and this is our business logo, which is Bekal Trading, because we are producing and supplying drinks to the customer. These buttons are hyperlinked to a specific page. As an example, if you click on team members, it will bring you to team members sheet. In every page, we also provide buttons either to go back to the main menu and also to go to the next page. Next, I will proceed with customer sheet. In this sheet, it is for our customer that came to us to get the stock. Basically, we have 5 main customers, which is 99 Speedmart, 7-Eleven, Giant, Tesco, and Family Mart. Referring to the table, in this table, it is a detail about our customer, which is their name, a person who in charge in buy stock, their company address and phone number, and lastly about their payment method. In payment method, we are providing 2 terms. Either customer can pay it through cash or credit. Next, we proceed to raw data. For raw data, basically we have around 300 raw data, and it consists of invoice ID, So for invoice ID, this is to distinguish every transaction made. We also have client name, company, company phone number, address, product, category, price per quantity, tax, total price, total include tax, date and transaction made, salesman and their ID, to know who is in charge during the transaction made. We name it as a raw data as our reference for us to refer in doing any function. Lastly, in my part, I move on to if analysis. In if analysis, we use if function. It is because we want to determine the below average and above average as for our analysis. We also highlighted the below average data to differentiate between below and above average. We use average function to calculate the average as a reference for our analysis, and also we use sum if function to determine the value that less or more than the value itself. As referring to the table, we use pivot table to create a table. For the first table, it is about the product and sum of quantity. The interpretation about this table is the average quantity sold is 94. Throughout year 2020, there are 6 quantity sold that above than the quantity, which is Aquafin, Erebus, Big Red, Dr. Pepper, Freshie and Moxie. According to the survey conducted by us, we can clearly say that demands towards the soft drinks is high due to the taste, and this 6 product is much cheaper than others product that we have provided. For the second table, it is about the product and sum of total price. The average of product sold is RM 6,210 ringgit. In 2020, there are only 4 products that has been sold that above than average, and the others below than the average. We figured that most of the dealers' target market is a young person due to high total product sold for the soft drink, and also the price is average that worth for the customer to buy.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Iskandar bin Hamzah. So I will present to you about the product descriptions. So here is the table for the product. This is the row of the product name, for the price for 24 pieces, and the category, which is consists of soft drink, water, juice, coffee and tea. So we move to the illustration will give the better picture, clear picture. So here is a soft drink, consists of Dr. Pepper, Big Red, Moxie. So next is water categories, consists of Ice Mountain, Smart Water and Aqua Fine. For the third category, juice, Jojanavi Guava, Sunkist and Freshie. For the juice, Sunkist Freshie is the highest price for the under this category. So next, for the fourth category is coffee. This is consists of Arabus, Birthday Coffee, and Zolito Coffee. For your information, Zolito Coffee is the highest product in our Bekal trading product. So lastly, under the tea categories, we provide Snapple, Pure Leaf, and Oyoshi. So if the customer interested to order this product, they just need to click the go to cart button, so it will move to the another sheet. So next, I will proceed with the monthly performance of the transaction made by Bekal Trading. Here is the pivot table of monthly transaction with the quarter divided into 4. So the grand total of the monthly transaction, which are 300, as you can see here. This pivot chart, which is line chart, represent the monthly transaction of Bekal Trading throughout the year of 2020. From the chart, we clearly shown that the highest transaction is made by our company in June 2020, which are 30, and as we know that it is mainly because of June that is a quite number of holiday, so many demands of our drink that place during June compared to the October, which collect the lowest transaction with the amount of 20, since there are a few public holiday. So we move to the monthly sales. Here is the pivot chart of the monthly sale, which also divided into 4. So the 3D column chart represent the monthly sales of our company. Here you can click the button to check, to filter the which quarter that you want to check. For your information, the highest sales in the quarter 2, which are 26,159 ringgit and 74 cents. Meanwhile, the lowest sales in quarter 4, which are 21,997 ringgit and 12 cents. So the grand total of the sale is 98,737 ringgit and 94 cents. So we move on to the team performance. So we move to the team performance. First, the bar chart represent the product sold by the salesman. In this sheet, we include slicer in order to help reader to choose any specific data that they want. For example, if they want to see the data Joja Nabi Guava, they just need to click the button. Here we can see Iskandar is the highest score to ever sold the Joja Nabi Guava drinks, which are 6. Meanwhile, Rafiq is the lowest one, which only 1. You just need to click the button here to see which data that do you prefer, and then you just need to click the clear filter to cancel all the function. Here is the grand total for the product sold by the salesman. Haykal is the highest one with score 78, followed by Amir, Iskandar, and the last one is Rafiq. So next, lastly, the pie chart show that the sales made by the salesman of Bekal trading throughout the year 2020. According to the pie chart, it's clearly that the highest core sales made by the Haykal, which amount 27,885 ringgit and 42 cents, followed by Amir, which narrow gap. The lowest sales is made by Iskandar with the amount of 21,883 ringgit and 70 cents. So this chart is useful in order to reward for the high performance salesmen, which are benefit for the company, and provide disciplinary action for the lower performer. So this we include the slicer also to see sales by each product. So you just need to click the clear filter to cancel all the function. So next.
Okay, moving on to shopping cart. Customer will easily understand how to use it. Okay, so for the shopping cart, we have put into 5 categories so that when customer wanted to buy the specific drinks, they can easily navigate to the products desired. We have provide the arrow here. We have provide the arrow here so that they can just increase or decrease their quantity. So customer can easily choose their quantity. Okay, so next for the subtotal. Okay, so the subtotal we have used the function of sum, and basically the function is the price per quantity times with the quantity. So for the soft drinks here, the 84 will times how much of the quantity, and same goes to the 72 ringgit and also 60 ringgit, and also same with the others. And the grand total here will indicate all of the subtotal of the 5 drinks. We can see that the grand total is increasing, so they don't need to calculate on their own. And if the customer wanted to see the details, they forgot about the products, they just can go back to the menu list, and if they are okay with that, go back to the cart. And so if the customers have already satisfied, they wanted to check out or they wanted to pay, so they can just go to checkout. We'll go directly to the sales sheet. Okay, so we proceed to checkout. Okay, so for the sales form, and sales form here, invoice ID is LOL301. Since our raw data, we have covered it until 300 raw data, so this is considered as a new data that will be keyed in as a raw data. Okay, so for the date, the customer only can choose the date in the 2021 year, so any date before or after that will become error in the date box. And so for the term, the customer can choose either to pay in cash or credit. And the salesman name here, so for this one right here, our team members, our salesmen, they will key in this name in their own, so they can choose their name. So instead of ID, we only use name because so that the customer can know who is the salesman that handling this transaction instead of ID. Okay, so in here we already put our address, our company address, which we are located in Petaling Jaya, Selangor, and bill to Okay, so in here, okay, so in this section, bill to our 5 customer. So our 5 regular customer, and we have make it easier since we can choose our customer's name. For example, right here, there is Mr. Hamdan, Puan Zanaria, Mr. Omar, Mr. Nazmi, and also Mr. Tan. Okay, so for example, if I choose Puan Zanaria here and I click it, it will automatically appear regarding Puan Zanaria details and addresses and all. For example, Puan Zanaria, Giant, and the address, the number phone, and the same goes in here, which is the address and the number phone. For example, that I will choose Nazmi, Tesco, the address, the number phone, and same goes to the ship too. Okay, so moving on to the what we call here to the checkout section. Okay, so here we have put all our products here, Dr. Pepper, Big Red, and all, and the quantity here will indicate that from the cart. For example, Dr. Pepper, we have choose 5 Dr. Pepper, and this 5 right here will go to the checkout. Will go to the checkout, and it will appear here in 5. So any action that are made in shopping cart, it will affect during the checkout, and so from those, it will also automatically calculate for us. This one is the price per quantity, unit price, 84 for one quantity. So if 84 will times 5, and same goes to the other, 72 will times with 4, and we have already put the function here, which is E18 will times with D18, and same goes with here. Okay, so lastly, in this section here, it will calculate for the customers. For example, the subtotal here is the total of these products right here, excluding the discount, the tax, and the shipping fee. Okay, so the discount, we have put the fixed amount of discount, and also fixed amount of tax, and also shipping. So discount will only the customer will entitle for 5 ringgit amount of discount, and the tax rate is 6%, and the shipping is a fixed rate, which is 15 ringgit. Okay, so for example here, 1,538 ringgit. So we will minus with the discount, but we will plus with the tax rate, which is 6% from 1,538 is 92 and 28 ringgit. So plus with the 92 and 28 ringgit, and we also have to plus with the shipping 15 ringgit, which the grand total is 1,000, which is the total is 1,640 ringgit. So the function right here in this grand total is sum of F33, which is the subtotal, and the total tax, and also the shipping, and minus with F34, which is discount. So that we will get 1,640 ringgit and 28 cents. And this received by and Bekal trading right here, this received by is our customer will sign it using the chop, and this Bekal trading, our salesman will sign it here, those who are responsible for the transaction. Thank you. And we will go to the invoice form. Okay, last but not least for my part is invoice. Okay, invoice is quite similar with the sales form, but the features are quite similar, but invoice are used for the customers to check for the transaction that have been done. But sales forms are used when a new transaction are about to happen. So the difference is invoice is the transaction that have already happened, but the sales form is about the transaction that about to happen. You get me? Okay. Okay, so for the invoice, the address are here, our located address. Okay, so for the invoice ID right here, our raw data consists of 300 raw data. So the invoice ID right here, we can choose from the raw data number 1 until raw data number 300. So any other numbers other than 1 until 300, then the invoice cannot found it, as it is not key in the Excel in the our raw data. Okay, so for example here, we choose LOL 250. Okay, so we get the details of the ID of 250th raw data. But if we choose the raw data of 301, which is not happening yet, the invoice ID cannot be found as there are no raw data of 301. Okay. Okay, so for example that LOL 250. So from okay, we choose another raw data, LOL 300. You can see that the date, the terms, it is changing, as it will indicate the 300th transaction. For example, the date of the 300 raw data is 31st and December 2020, and the terms used in this transaction is credit, and it is billed to Oma, which is in 99 Speedmart, located in Kedah, and the number phone, and also same goes to the ship too. Okay, so in this raw data, it will also show the product description, which is the product ordered by the customers. For example, Omar right here from 99 Speedmart have ordered Dr. Pepper quantity of 1, which is total in 84 ringgit, and this right here also is similar with the sales form.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhamad Aliuddin Baharun. So I would like to present about the business detail for our company, which is Bekal Trading. Business detail show the background about our company. And first, Bekal Trading specialize in supplying beverage or drink product. We supply 5 different type of beverage, such as soft drink, water, coffee, tea, and juices, which contain 3 different products in the category. The product only supply to a local supermarket in Malaysia only. Our company operate every day, which is from Monday to Sunday. We open from 7:30 AM until 6:30 PM. Our company operate by 4 main salesmen with 2-year experience. So next, I would like to talk about the business team. In business team, there's 4 different salesmen, which is Muhammad Amir, Muhammad Haykal, Muhammad Iskandar, Amir, Rafiq. Every salesman contain different ID numbers. So for example, Haykal 3360, Muhamad Amir A7331, Amir Rafiq C420, Muhammad Iskandar B1010, which is the ID numbers. The ID numbers are in the contained in the raw data. So every transaction recorded with the salesman name and ID number. Next, I would like to talk about the product performance. The product performance or product sold from the, you can see there are 5 different categories here in the bar chart. So water, tea, soft drink, juices and coffee. Every category contains 3 different types of product. So you can see how much the product sold. This graph are from the raw data using the pivot table. Every product sold in the raw data recorded, and this we can see that the highest product sold is Dr. Pepper from soft drink category with 147 units, and the lowest product sold is Moxie juices with only 18 units. So if you like to go more specific, we can filter it. So for example, if you want only juice, they show only 3 type of product. For example, solid coffee, berry coffee and rubbish. This will be specified and easy to look. So we can see that in coffees category, there's only the smallest one is Berry coffee with 83 products sold, and the highest is Zolito coffee with 98. So we can select different filter, and for product also we can filter different product if we want to look at it easily.